your skull as a bull, who never will sell their souls, who is stoking the coals of hell, cannot be controlled. Who goes out on the grassy knoll for anything strong? The world-famous Comedy Store does not endorse nor condone the words of we three trolls, but why would they? They're a bunch of conformists. We three trolls! We three trolls! We three trolls! We three trolls!
Asian pubes are straight. I always thought everybody's pubes were curly.
Yeah, no, Asian.
Do you guys
pubes
all
are-
know this?
They don't curl theirs like.
Yeah, because
like
I
they're supposed to.
Oh, you guys
lost
watch
my
porn.
virginity to an
Okay,
Asian
you guys
girl.
watch-
And I
So
fucked a
did
lot
I.
of yeah. My girlfriend's
Don't
Asian.
don't me and Webb
Hers
look,
are straight too?
Mhm.
Oh my
Straight-ish.
don't me and Webb look like we would lose our virginity to Asian girls? We did.
Wub looks like.
Or they might
Wub
lose
looks like he
theirs.
dates black women.
Well, that's true.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's also because I've seen you dating black women. So I'm like, oh yeah. Well,
Why didn't you stop him? You know he can't come back now. He's
And
gone
you-
black.
And you do look like you would lose your virginity to an Asian woman.
Also, at the age
he
of
has small
55.
Yeah. One day you'll lose it.
No, I'm gonna be one of these dudes who gets an Asian wife.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an Asian wife. I can't
Who like
wait.
looks like she's 16 or 15, but
She's gonna look like
her
she's 65
ID
and she's really 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Submissive. Supposedly.
Oh, they're
That's
very
what my mom thinks.
submissive.
She wants my brothers. She's like, if they don't marry an Albanian girl, I want them to be with the Chinese girl.
Chinese.
Chinese
no,
is
not
all the
Chinese,
same, by the
dude.
way. All
Yeah,
She just
any-
means
any
Asian.
Asian.
Yeah. She
doesn't
Any
mean-
Asian. She doesn't.
She means
care.
Santa dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what my little
Yeah.
brother likes? Black women with big fat asses, dude.
Not
Like-
super submissive.
No.
Not the most.
Biggest asses ever. Loves them.
Yeah. Asses are great.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I wish I had more of a butt. I'm trying to build it.
You know, I'm happy to say it's July 2nd. Speaking of
It's
asses,
July 3rd.
Third.
July 3rd. Shit, man. I've gone 33 days without being fucking gay. They really went for it this year. They were really working on us double time this year, trying to get us to be gay all June long.
Oh, you're
but
talking
I
about gay
didn't
pride.
Yeah.
fucking compromise my Christianity this year. God damn
Yeah.
it!
Good job, dude. Last year you really fucked up. You really let go last
I
year.
sucked
though.
so many dicks through holes in the wall. I
Yeah.
just don't know what I was thinking. I went
No.
uber gay. I went beyond gay.
Wow.
Anyway, this is
You went gay
Hormoz.
in an Uber.
Yeah.
You look like the guy that would be on the other side of the glory hole, though.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Which
with
side?
knives. The back side.
Which side? There's
The
no good
submissive
side.
side.
There's no good side.
It's like I'm pretty sure it was a girl on the other
Not
side. I
the
could tell
sunny
from her
side.
beard.
Do you think that the glory hole is kind of misnamed? There's no glory to be found sucking a dick through a hole in a wall.
Oh, that's what a glory
Should be
hole
called
is.
the shame hole.
I thought a glory hole was like a hole where you go and watch the movie Glory with Denzel Washington. I was like, why is he so perverted right now? I get it now. Yeah.
All right, this is Hormoz. We didn't introduce you. We just jumped
All right.
right in.
Hormoz Rashidi, door guy, really funny comedian, and my new neighbor. He's got a really cute dog named
I do.
Oh,
Jacob
shit.
Brown.
You guys live in the same complex?
No.
No, like a couple blocks away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
But yeah, I do have a dope dog. My dog's super dope. She's got a huge butthole.
Sick.
Yeah, I've
Like,
seen
huge
it.
butthole.
I've seen it.
What do you put in there?
His dick.
Greenies.
His finger.
Greenies.
It's like butt plugs, but for dogs. She gets real amped.
Have you guys? You guys don't watch porn, do you? Okay,
Never.
Rose,
Never
you
seen
do
it.
though.
Yeah, obviously. Look,
Have you ever watched a porno? And this might sound racist, and I know you guys don't
We're not
fuck
into
with
that.
any of that kind of
We're
stuff.
not
So I
into that,
apologize ahead of
Hormoz.
time for your fans.
we're very PC here.
But have you ever watched porn, like anal sex, where like a girl's getting fucked by a black guy, and it looks like poop is coming out of her butt every time
Yeah.
he pulls it out?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird that you would watch that.
No, I mean, I've watched it.
I've watched
Is
it
it what I
too.
watch? Yeah.
I
Also,
like
yes.
interracial porn. But
Watch it all.
also, yeah.
I
feel
do.
bad for
I
the
love
girls,
interracial
you know?
porn. White guy, Asian woman. What are you talking about? Now you guys think I'm really into Asians. I'm sorry. It's just a joke, okay?
I like interracial porn. White guy, Russian girl.
Yeah, German dude, Russian chick. That's what
Polish
we're talking
chick.
about, yeah.
I'm
It's
cultured.
hot.
I know.
Mix it up. The swirl.
I know, it's so funny when people are like, what are you? Are you, you're not white, are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm the
White.
definition of white. Yeah, I'm European, for sure, 100%.
I'm where Anglo meets Saxon.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah, I'm white as shit.
Is that an Argus Hamilton joke you just
Maybe.
He's going to want to use that. You should give it to him.
He's got some jokes. Come on.
He does.
He does.
I
Just
love
happen
him.
to hear
Sure,
them
he's
a
tough.
lot.
And
best.
one of them is I'm part Anglo, and I'm where Anglo meets Saxon. That's one.
Wow, really?
No.
Joke stealer.
No, even worse. Parallel thinking. Me and him think the same thoughts. So he's also thinking about killing himself in a mass shooting. I mean,
Oh, dude. If you start wearing suits on stage, I'm going to start freaking out. That's when everybody needs to leave because shit's going to go down.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I get dressed up.
I don't think mass shooters wear cardigans, though. I don't think a mass shooter wears a cardigan.
I'm the exception that
Nah.
proves the rule, all right?
I think it's too comfortable. You got to wear trench coats and
Yeah.
shit that have lots of pockets. Like you can't fit a gun
Yeah.
in a
You
trench.
have to have
Yeah.
you have to have cargo shorts. The
You
only
need all your
the
equipment,
only
like
time
all your
it's
guns
ever
and knives.
appropriate to wear cargo shorts is on a killing spree, and that's it. Hear that, gentlemen? Don't wear them out in public. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, maybe camping.
Yeah.
I don't have cargo pants, but I might get some for camping. Because just right now, I was like, hey, maybe they'd be good for camping, though.
Hell yeah,
No,
you
I
can put all your stuff in your
Yeah,
pockets. Your
carry all
weed.
your weed. Yeah,
All your drugs. Yeah, totally.
drugs, a knife. You know,
Yeah.
just in case you got to stab a bear.
Hey, fellas,
Or to do your drugs on.
Yeah.
has
Uh-huh.
has anyone ever gone on a date and the date
Mm-mm.
pulled out a knife during it and said, maybe it's just kind of girls I date.
No,
Mm-mm.
but a date did tell me about when she was she was attacked with a knife.
Wow.
Sick.
And
Did you guys date the same person?
Eskimo brothers.
But those two girls seem to know each other, perhaps.
Hmm.
She had a huge scar on her face. It was kind of hot, though.
Jesus.
I thought it was hot.
Mm.
Damn, dude. Where do
Oh.
you find
You
these
thought it was
women?
hot. The scar was hot,
Yeah.
or the fact that she was broken was
Yeah.
hot. You're like,
yeah,
oh.
both, obviously.
You're a sick fuck, dude.
Well, she got jumped. What are you going to do?
Jesus. By a
What are
dude
you
or
gonna
just like
do?
a group of people?
Group of chicks.
That's fucked up, man. I was always kind of wish that would happen to me because I was like so angry growing up. I wanted to beat the fuck out of everybody. Never did.
But if
Everybody was-
everybody jumped you, you wouldn't be beating them. You'd be
No,
getting your shit
I'd
kicked out of you.
I'd be getting my ass
Yeah.
kicked. Yeah, I have gotten in a fight with numerous people and I kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah.
This is not like a glory story. It really did happen. I was
No, I
was a
believe you.
real psycho. Yeah,
I believe you. I can see it in you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now I'm the opposite. I avoid all fights. I try to anyway.
Yeah.
But
You ever been in a
I
fight?
work at the comedy store.
Not since I was like a kid.
Mm.
Yeah. I
what,
don't
ha-
know.
what happened?
Just me and my friends would talk shit to each other, and eventually we'd start
It gets
hitting
serious?
each other.
It
Yeah.
get really
and then
bad?
we'd be best friends like later.
Yeah.
I never like fought anybody where I like hated them and wanted them dead.
Yeah.
Like
No.
stole your girl.
No, nothing like that.
That's so weird. Guys can do that. Girls can't. Because if I fought somebody like a girl, I would I'm never talking to you again.
Yeah.
Ever.
So petty.
Yeah.
Yeah, women are petty.
But
you're
that's why
right.
that's why like I think in general guys keep their friends from childhood more than girls do, because at some point girls just have a big old falling out and then they don't talk forever.
Right.
Guys might have a falling out, but then when the Warriors win, if you're both friends, if you and your friends both like the Warriors, you'll hit them up and be like, "Hey, Warriors won, right?" And then everything's forgotten. Girls,
Right.
yeah, girls can't do that.
I have one girlfriend that I still talk to from. We were like best friends from like 3rd grade on.
Yeah.
She lives in Indiana, so I'm probably never gonna see her. God knows when I see her, but we still.
But
talk
you're
here.
also like kind of a bro-y dude. You know what I mean? Obviously, I mean you have a dick. I'm trying to say.
Everybody here knows I
trying
have
to
the
say
fucking biggest
you
dick
got
in
a
this
fucking
room.
cock,
Yeah,
yeah.
Michelle Obama
totally.
over
No, but
here.
there are
Yeah.
chicks who are different.
Yeah.
But like they're, Rose, you're the exception.
Well, thank you, I think.
Yeah. And then there's dudes who act like bitches too, who like get hella catty, and then like will never forgive. People do.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all comedians.
Yeah, most.
Yeah, a lot of them tend to be comedians.
All of them.
No, but I mean,
Dude, you can
most
make
of
it-
my friends are comedians, and when
Yeah.
we've had blowouts, we've still been friends like a
Right.
couple
Yeah.
days later.
That's awesome. Hey, do you want to tell us about your master plan to get rid of all the homeless people that you were talking about?
Oh. Well, it's
Basically, he's Hormoz. Like we hate homeless people, but he actually has a heart.
I don't.
He actually
hate
has a
homeless
heart.
people. Yeah, the opioid epidemic, right? That's what
Yeah,
we're talking. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like a very terrible thing, and I have a huge brain. I'm like our president. I have a very big brain, just like Donald Trump. So I just use my brain to come up with solutions for terrible issues. Opioid epidemic, I realized we could end the opioid epidemic if we legalized fentanyl for a week. Right?
Yeah.
No more opioid epidemic,
Yeah.
and a lot of jobs
Yeah.
A lot
would
of
be
jobs.
created by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
for
need new
sure.
grave diggers.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
love this idea.
Agree.
Undertaker hasn't worked for a bunch of years.
You know, can
But
I
yeah.
tell? I'm a vigilante now. I'm a fucking vigilante now. Because get a load of this. The
Mhm.
other day, I woke up at 3 in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was like, I'm going to 7-Eleven to get some fucking Twizzlers. God damn it.
That's a
You're
smart choice. That's a good
such
choice.
fag.
So I go over to the
I
7-Eleven.
really like sorry.
Fine, man. Fine.
Just any kind of candy
Yeah.
in the middle of the night to wake up and leave
What's
the
the
house to get
thing
candy.
that
I'm
is
not
just
leaving.
like-
That's what I'm saying. I'm not leaving the house.
Fine, I
to
got some
Twizzlers.
Zagnut,
Yeah.
okay? Or whatever. What do you like? You like Abu's? I don't even know what kind of candy
Abu
they make.
Dhabi's,
Yeah,
Abu Dhabi's. That's like the Saudi version of Abu Dhabi.
It's by the UAE.
All right, so okay, so get the Twizzler, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have Twizzlers at the first 7-Eleven.
So you
And
cursed the guy out of the sand.
I said, get the fuck out of my country if you can't stock my favorite candy. All right,
Yeah.
we need more 9/11s for 7-Elevens, if you catch my meaning, all right? We need some payback. You took down our 2 towers. We take down a couple of your fucking convenience stores, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I say we start torching 7-Elevens. Pakistani, I don't give a fuck. I don't know who did it. You're all the same to me. All right,
They're all
so,
brown.
so
Mhm.
I drive past the Del Taco, and at the Del Taco, I see my favorite homeless guy. This guy has a classic car in pristine condition because he's having a real hard time right now. He has a car that's nicer than all of our belongings put together, which he sleeps in, but still. Also, he sells drugs and stolen bicycles out of it. So I see him loading stolen bicycles onto a cherry red semi truck.
Nice.
Okay, so this kind of caught my eye. So I'm going to the other 7-Eleven, right? I go get my Twizzlers, and as I'm heading back home, who do I see driving really slowly along Sherman Way? The cherry red truck
Mhm.
with the bikes on the back, casing cars to break into. Well, I became psychotic. I followed them. I followed them down the street. They took a right. I followed them. One of the guys gets out. He takes out a flashlight. This is the scam, right? So he's watching at the end of the street for me, probably. And then he flashes the truck guy who's looking around for some more stuff in cars,
Mhm.
right? So I go up to the guy with the flashlight, and I by the way, I'm sober. I'm fucking sober as hell, all right? All I'm inebriated on is my own madness. So I said to the guy with the flashlight, I was like, what's that guy in the truck doing over there? He goes, well, he dropped me off. And I go, he doesn't live here, and you don't live here. And he goes, I've lived here 50 years. Who the fuck are you? And I was like, and I just drove away. I drive towards the red truck. Now this is like a fucking Stephen King novel right now. Okay, he maneuvers his truck so I can't get
Shawshank.
past him. Yeah, I can't get past him. He thinks he's drunk. I should mention the other guy was drunk as fuck. He's got the flashlight.
Okay.
So the guy in the red
They're
cherry
just booze
truck.
cruising.
Yeah, he's drunk as fuck. So he crawls up to me, like we're like looking at each other through the windows, and he goes, "Why are you following me?" I said, "Well, gosh, man, I just saw you you just bought some stolen bicycles at Del Taco, and then I saw you casing those cars." And he goes, you just hold on a second. I ain't going to hurt you. And he gets up to get out of his truck. And I was like, I'm about to get hurt. So I just fucking floored it and drove all the way down the street. So I get to the end of the street, to the nearest cross streets that are like easy to recognize. And I call 911. It's busy. I call it again. It's busy. It's busy at 4:30 in the morning. That's how fucked up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Nobody even answered it?
Well, it took 4 calls, right? So I'm chilling out in my car. I'm talking to the lady on 911. I was like, yeah, there's drunk guys, and they seem very, like, aggressive. And she goes, you want to leave a name and phone number? I was like, fuck no. I don't want them to find out I did this. And as I'm talking to her on the phone, I'm looking in the rearview mirror. Who's coming up behind me? The fucking red truck, right? Stephen King novel come into life. So I'm like, I got a motor. Please send police now. Hang up. Dude, he comes up right next to me, stops, and gets out of the truck. Obviously, I just fucking hit the gas and drive away. So, long story short, these guys got away. But they didn't steal anything. And now
Joseph,
they
you
know
really
who
need
I
to get
am.
a gun. You need to buy a gun.
I do believe it's true.
And you need
At
to
least
keep
a
it.
stun gun.
You guys don't have a car gun? you don't keep a car gun?
Like a car phone, but a car gun?
We're
Like,
not real LA.
No, I like
yet.
that the story was Joseph the vigilante at the beginning.
Yeah, and he just
at
took
the
off.
end, it's he
Well-
just took off and the cars got stolen. And
See, but Rozafa's
why
right.
were you afraid to give your name to 911?
I wasn't thinking about it in the moment because I saw the guy. I was just thinking about how I was about to get my ass kicked.
I'm kind of scared to give my
But-
name out, too.
Oh, I give it all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
That's actually
if
the
I've
only
called
time I've
911,
ever
I'm like, yeah,
called
my name's Hormoz
911.
Rashidi. This is my number.
I
Call
always
me.
feel like the LAPD, maybe I've watched too many stupid, like, conspiracy theory things, but I feel like they're in on it somehow, or like the cops are in on it, or whatever. Because
Maybe
like,
I've listened to too many.
no, because I
others.
did call
I feel
on
like they're in
there's
on
somebody
it.
selling drugs behind my old apartment, and I was like, dude, there's like all kinds of crackheads.
I
looking
wouldn't
through
be
my window
surprised
and
if
stuff.
sometimes they're in on it. Yeah.
So that's why I was like worried. I was like, man,
I
and when
would
they
say
showed up,
everybody-
The Shield, I
They didn't
think,
do
is based
anything.
on real shit.
I feel like it too. But yeah,
Very satisfying ending.
It's
to a
based on
TV
Rampart
series.
scandal. Like the cops were in on it. They would let some people work and some people would get arrested and stuff. I think
Yeah.
that goes on still.
That's what I'm
I think there's
saying.
some
Or like they
gangsters
just
who
frame
have
people.
friends.
Yeah,
But
of
with the
course.
homeless people, I mean, it's not.
There's
Yeah,
no
probably
money
not the
involved
homeless.
there.
Like,
There's no
yeah.
money involved there.
Unless the homeless guy's kicking back to some gangster who's kicking back to a cop and saying,
Yeah.
but probably not the homeless
Yeah.
guy.
Well, the girl that was selling drugs was definitely the guy that was coming pick up stuff was definitely a gangster. I mean, he had tattoos all over his
You should have
face.
just ran the guy over when he got out of his truck.
See,
Yeah,
okay,
dude.
well, I wanted to come back to that because you're right. I need a fucking weapon in my car. 'Cause
I don't like
if
to
I had
say
had
should, but you're right.
anything, just even a bat, a fucking stick, I would have been like, "What's up, motherfucker? I can beat a fucking drunk dude for sure."
I
don't know.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
You want
What
to just
happens
get out
when
of your
this?
car with a weapon and then you lose the weapon
Honestly,
all of a
just
sudden.
call
and
the
now
police.
You have 2 guys on you.
Call the police and say there's the guys
I know,
who are,
there's two
who,
guys
who are
too.
using I see them with a flashlight looking into people's cars on this block. Will you send a police officer? And
Oh, you mean you shouldn't confront them first?
Yeah.
And tell them you're going to call the cops down the street? I
Yeah.
hear you.
yeah.
This was a learning lesson. I'll tell
It
you
was.
that. I'll know better next time. Just let them
Yeah.
do it. Fuck it. No one else cares. Fuck them. Fuck everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The cops would
Reading
never have
Rainbow.
done anything. Then I guarantee
What
they would have
neighborhood
come
do you live
anyway. I live in Canoga Park.
It's nice, right?
No.
No?
I mean, maybe it was, but it sure shit
know.
isn't now.
No? Okay.
You know, it is the suburbs. It should be nice, right? Fuck. I used to live in this neighborhood called Westlake for 5 years.
Mhm.
That's where I'd see trannies walking around selling their dick.
That's
or
how I know you're in a
whatever.
good neighborhood.
If there's trannies,
It's
That-
inclusive.
whatever. I'd see
Yeah.
guys
Mm.
pissing
Yeah,
in the
that's
street,
true.
but I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, I live in Westlake, so I should expect to see fucking crazy people doing crazy shit because my rent is dirt cheap here.
Mm-hmm.
But when you move out into the suburbs, you don't expect to
Is
see
Westlake near
this
MacArthur
stuff.
Park? Is that?
Oh, hell yeah. I
Yeah.
was a block away from MacArthur
yeah,
Park.
yeah. I used to live around there too. Rampart Village.
Did you know someone left a cake out in the rain?
What?
Never mind. Never mind. I used to live at Rampart too.
Yeah.
Where did you live on Rampart? Like by the Tommies?
I lived on Carondelet,
original
near
Tommies?
the original Tommies.
Dude,
yeah.
motherfucker, we
like
might
a
have
block
lived.
away.
Dude, I lived on that street too.
Carondelet,
What
right
was
up
the-
on the hill. Like
Yeah.
you know where Carondelet meets Beverly, where it doesn't go through.
Yeah,
but you
that's
can go
what
down that little
Rampart is.
stairway. Yeah,
Yeah.
I lived right there.
Fucking A. I lived down.
Yeah.
There was a building
I
down
loved
there.
that place too. I really enjoyed living there.
There was our bed was in a wall.
Oh, you had one of those
Yeah,
Murphy
Murphy
beds?
bed.
Oh, those are dope.
It was like an old school building too.
Hell yeah,
that
that's
was
super
pretty
cool.
nice. But anyway, you didn't. When you live in that area, you do expect to see people doing shady shit all the time. That's the kind of place where they close the McDonald's at 8:00. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They close it at 8:00 at night. It's like, time to go home, everybody.
Yeah.
Not even
We're-
the drive-throughs open. They just
Fuck,
close the whole thing down.
Drive-through. They don't even have a drive-through at the
The
McDonald's.
very first
in
El Pollo
Westlake.
Loco's in that area.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
The very first
That
El
is
Pollo.
loco.
Also, if you needed a new
Loco, man.
identity, that's where you go. It's so shady. They would ask me if I needed an ID card. Me.
Yeah.
Oh, like
I'm clearly a fucking resident.
across the street from MacArthur Park?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty shady over there.
Hell yeah, it is.
You can get some good fake shit there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. You can also get movies on DVD that are still in the movie theater.
Yeah, but it's not good quality.
They were
though.
filmed in the
Yeah.
movie theater.
Yeah.
That's a real experience.
It's better
though,
just
you
to
know?
go
You're
to
like,
Santee
it's like I'm
Alley if
there.
you're going to do that kind of shit. If you want to buy bootleg fake shit, just go to Santee Alley in downtown LA.
What's that? Santee Alley?
Yeah. It's where all of the bootleg fake shit
Yeah.
is all
I
sold.
still
It's like
live in downtown. I'd
next
go
to
there all the
Fashion
time.
District.
Yeah, or you can
Oh,
just
like at a
turn on
Gucci?
your computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't like that
You
fun.
don't need
Just
to
ignore him.
go down to
What
fucking
hate's
buy
fun?
bootleg shit. Just
Why would you
hop
go out and have
online
fun?
and go
Why
to
would you
some
do that?
torrent.
Yeah, that's for movies and stuff. But if you want to buy like a
Pirate
fake
Bay, baby.
Louis Vuitton bag or some shit
I
like
see what you
that,
mean. Oh, okay.
or yeah,
Yeah,
Can't
then
download that,
you
baby.
gotta buy it from China.
yeah.
Yeah, when I went to Alpine, that's all they had was bootleg stuff. They even like use like Nike's name on the
Yeah.
buildings, Armani. You're like, they're not selling real art. You go in there like, this is the worst quality I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like this is definitely made by a child in India or like China or something.
I have a fake Louis Vuitton eyeglass case
Yeah.
thing that's like so fake because it's like made out of plastic and
Oh my
it's
God.
like in the inside it just you can just tell. I love how fake it is.
Yeah, I would love that too. Can I have it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I used to
anything
have
that's fine is yours.
I used to have a fake Louis Vuitton purse too, and this Indian guy would sell them. This was in Chicago. We have to go all the way like an hour out to get him, and I mean, it had the
This is
key
what
and everything.
women
It's
do.
like when it was really like
Yeah.
popular, and I would still pay $100 for when I knew it was bootleg. It's
Right.
like, no, we take them.
But it's a few G's.
They would say
for the
we take
real
them
one.
from the trucks, and I'm like, this
Nah.
still is. I don't think this is real.
Yeah, no.
I was like looking at it, and I'm like, what kind of piece of shit is like looking through to see if it's real quality after you pay $100
Yeah,
for
it's for
something
sure
that's
not
4 grand.
real, but who
for
cares?
what?
Yeah.
To look good in a bag, like
Yeah.
Obviously now I'm a
I
much
would
better
buy one
person
that's.
because
I
I just
want to
shit
get
on
one that
homeless
says
people.
Louis C.K. Vuitton. Just have a little C.K. in the middle.
Dude, when I was
It's
in
filled
Hong
with
Kong,
Kleenex.
when I was in Hong Kong, I was like at my buddy's place. The like the sheets, there was like like a Snoopy on the sheets, but they were some fucking knockoff, and it literally said peanuts. I was like, that's a good joke. Like whoever's in charge of doing
Yeah.
this is just nailed it.
It was Droopy. It wasn't Snoopy. It was Droopy. My sisters used to do that, and when they'll go to New York one time a year, and then go into the areas where you can buy the knockoff purses.
Yeah.
All women are kind of.
All women
kind
are
of
the same.
Kind of the same.
It's good
You
for
guys all
watch,
just love
for
shopping.
watches too.
We're all
you know?
dumb and retarded and stupid.
Not
and
really, because you
vain
guys
and
are all
love
bargain,
shopping.
bargain
love
shopping.
shopping.
Well, that's true.
Women love
That's
shopping.
I actually hate shopping.
They
It would
be
drive my mom
shopping.
crazy. She's like, "Why don't you want to come with me?" I'm like, "Cause you drive me crazy." I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't blame Dad for beating you up. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. My dad doesn't beat my mom, but like,
Not
it
anymore.
seriously made me want to not want to go ever, and I still don't. I just buy stuff online. I'm like, if it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost bought some shoes off Wish, the Wish app. Do you guys know what that is? It's like
Yes.
straight from China
Yeah.
shoes. But they had some Air Maxes, but but instead of Air, it was AIP Max, Ape Max. That's how they are. But they look so fly. But I was like, they're gonna be so uncomfortable. There's
They're
no
gonna be the
way.
worst.
Yeah, they're gonna be. I just
Yeah.
didn't do it.
They have a whole like page dedicated to people who have bought stuff like off of
Yeah.
Wish, like prom dresses
it's
and
pretty
stuff.
great,
And
yeah.
it's
What
I
it's
bought
supposed to be,
bathing
what-
suits from there, and like I'm like, okay, you could tell it just came from Asia because
Yeah.
just where your boobs are supposed to sit, like our bone structure is different, right?
Yeah.
Like, for sure, and especially me, like I'm like athletically built, like the boobs were like I don't know, like half I don't even know how many inches, like 6 inches wide. I'm like, is this for a child? Then I looked back and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Can't order that shit.
Yeah.
Cutest fucking
Yeah.
bra ever.
But you pay like $3
This is not
for a
a-
bikini.
this
You're
is
like,
not a
maybe it's not gonna fit.
Yeah. Who cares? It's a risk you take.
29 cents for a top.
It's a risk you take.
But my girlfriend buys not a lot, but she's bought a bunch of stuff off Wish. Probably 60% of the time, it just becomes Goodwill, straight to Goodwill, see if anybody else wants
Same
this garbage.
Here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep doing it. It's
Yeah.
exactly why, because it's so cheap. You don't give a fuck.
What have I
about
gotten that I've liked? The only thing I've gotten off Wish that I like is I bought a black hoodie that says sheep in the font of Supreme.
it. Okay.
And that was like $12, and it doesn't fit terrible. It's like a little too baggy, but it.
Yeah.
But I was like for $12.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not?
Other than that, everything else has been straight garbage. But it's fun. Sometimes it's just fun to consume shit. Especially until Trump fucking stops
That's
all
all
these
we
Chinese
do.
goods from coming in.
I know, right? Oh
There's
my
going to be a
God.
fucking tariff coming.
No more Trump. I can't take it anymore. When I went to get the mail the other day, some fucking asshole neighbor of mine put a note or put a magazine article about the tariffs and how they're hurting our economy too. And I was just like, God damn it! Is there anywhere I could go and not hear the fucking man's name? Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. He can't actually do anything, retards. That's the thing. It's called a system of checks and balances.
No, but he can put tariffs in, though.
That's all he did.
But
And
he can do that, though. You're saying he can't do anything in system checks and balances.
That doesn't hurt us, though. It can't
For
hurt
sure it
us at
does.
all.
Tariffs, we pay tariffs. China doesn't pay tariffs. So if you want to buy something from China, you have to pay a tax on it to the U.S.
See,
government.
I'm
not-
patriotic, bro. I just don't buy the
Here's
shit.
my plan. Here's my plan. We
Yeah.
should take all those kids in cages and just start
Sell
building.
'em.
Sell 'em. I mean, they're already doing that for sex
Yeah.
trafficking. That's why they're in the cages in the first place. But we should take those kids and not for sex trafficking. Just make them make all the goods that the Chinese make, and you know what I mean.
Sell 'em to
American made by little immigrant cage kids.
Yeah.
People would buy that, right?
iPhone.
I feel like
Made on the border.
Yep.
yeah, I feel like Amy
Shipping
Schumer
costs
would
go
repost
down. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
She'd repost it. Probably wouldn't give you credit, though.
Yeah, I know, right? Definitely. Fucking bitch.
What else are you supposed to put criminals in if not cages? riddle me this, Batman.
I think we should put all
I
kids
personally
in cages.
think all kids belong. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
fuck
belong
'em.
in cages.
If you can't find the parents for them, what are you gonna do with them? Where are you supposed to put them? You gotta put them somewhere.
I think we should treat all human beings humanely. That being said, Latinos aren't human. Right?
Yeah.
Can we agree
Agreed.
that all Latinos are animals?
I think they
Animals,
should
dude.
set up a camp at Neverland Ranch. We can bust all the kids
Dude,
there.
there's so many toys that aren't being
Whoa.
played
Yeah.
with.
Yeah,
And
dude,
Michael
he's so
Jackson's
happy.
dead now. This
He's
is when it's
dead.
safe.
Yeah, what is his
Actually,
ghost
yeah.
gonna molest
Actually,
them?
there's a lot of room in Neverland Ranch for all these fucking kids.
That's
This is
what
a
I'm
great
saying. Hey,
idea.
thank
solving
you.
problems.
This
Thank
is a
you.
great idea.
Opioid
Yeah.
epidemic solved.
Yeah.
The children.
Just figure out how to
homeless
say that in
problem.
Spanish so you can
But that
do it in
shit's
the
so
debates.
fucked up, though. These kids apparently are just shitting in their pants for days at a time.
They don't know how to shit in the toilet?
There's only
No one
like
taught 'em?
there wasn't that many as many toilets at the spot.
Yeah.
And people they're still separating families from their kids and shit.
But that,
I
dude,
don't know.
what are you supposed to do when 140,000 people come over
Things
in
have
a
happened
month?
before. A bunch came under Obama.
Yeah.
They didn't separate families. They kept them in
Yeah,
like
they
little
did.
cages and stuff. They didn't separate families. They didn't.
Mm.
I promise you, they didn't separate
No.
families. They had kids come without
Well,
their
here's-
parents.
Here's the thing.
They had
There's
kids
some-
come without
yeah,
their
they
don't-
parents,
they
yeah,
don't
but they didn't
know.
take parents.
Yeah.
They don't know who the people are.
Well, here's the thing.
How do
There's
they
a
know?
lot of
It's not
sex
like they
trafficking.
have
Well, if somebody
going on.
comes with
Documentation and,
sure,
you
if they
know,
might
coming
not have
over.
documentation, but if somebody's coming with a kid and then they say you go this way,
Yeah.
and the kid's crying, it seems like they're separating families.
Yeah. Well, they're also trying to figure out if that's actually their parent.
But that's
because
what I'm
a lot
saying,
of people.
because there's like thousands that are just come over with somebody who's not part of the family. So if you don't know,
Well, if they
what are you
say they're
supposed
part
to
of the
do?
family, if the kid seems okay with that person, I think you
Unfortunately,
keep
they
him with
don't
that
have
person
any
versus having
documentation.
kids just be in little. I don't know. I think.
it's not black and white. It's complicated. But yeah,
I think it's pretty black and white, though.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's pretty black and white. If people come to the border,
No, we wouldn't care if it was black people.
if people come to the border and they're holding a kid in their hand and the kid seems to be going with that adult as
Yeah.
their guardian,
Yeah.
you don't say, in order to deter future people from coming, because that's what they said. They went in speeches, sessions,
Yeah.
and shit, gave a speech saying,
Right.
we want to deter people, so we're going to separate kids from their families.
Yeah.
You don't separate them from the person who they seem to be okay with, so that they're scarred and alone all of a sudden in the middle of
But seems to be okay with is what bothers me, because there is a lot of fucking sex trafficking. If you look
Sure.
up, like, especially at the borders,
there is a lot of sex trafficking.
That's where it's like weak. That's where they could take kids and be like, no, they're with me, and they have like fucking. I mean, we came through the border. My family did.
Yeah.
But I was with my family, you know what I mean, the whole time, and like luckily we paid some people to get through.
Yeah.
And it was hell getting through. I don't remember because I was a child, but like.
Do you
Dude,
think your
that shit-
parents should have put you through that as a child?
I mean, and you know what? You know what's really fucked up is what I think of. Like, how many of these border patrol or whatnot, or whoever's working these women get raped. They're like, okay, you want to come through? I'll fucking rape. All of them get raped. All these fucking kids. And if you really wanted to be a pedophile, wouldn't you work there? Wouldn't you work on that border? If you're a fucking piece of shit. I
think a lot of times pedophiles go into positions of power where they can abuse people for sure. That's why Sandusky, you know, or like Congress members, when you're in a position.
That's why I work at the pinball museum. Kids love pinball.
Who's got the power to extra quarters? Uncle Joey.
Uncle Daddy. No. They will call me Daddy if they want the quarters.
You guys are sick.
No, I do think there's a lot of sex trafficking, pedophilia, and stuff that happens, but I don't think separating people from their guardians at the gate, just because if they don't have IDs or stuff, because a lot of these people just come from rural areas in El Salvador and there isn't an ID.
No.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't think that's
like
a smart
they shouldn't
move.
even be here.
Well,
I mean,
here's
sure,
the fucked
but I
up
mean,
part.
if we're gonna have a serious conversation, part of the reason
No,
they're
we're not.
coming over
We're
here
not.
is because of what we
Drugs.
did with gangs, and so we would
Drugs.
arrest El Salvadorian gang members, put them in prison, and then ship them back to El Salvador. So then now El Salvador has a huge problem with ex-gangsters who've been trained in America and then hardened in American prisons and then sent back to be part of the gang over there. And then those guys terrorize regular people, and those
Right.
regular people are escaping. So part of it is our fault.
Right.
You're
But-
saying,
but-
hold on. You're saying that us taking a criminal and putting him in prison and then sending him back to his country of origin is our fault?
Partially, yeah.
What should we do with him?
I don't know, maybe execute them? Maybe ship them back right away? Maybe ship them back right to...
I like your first idea.
No, but for real, like maybe we shouldn't be shipping them back to El Salvador once we've put them in prison and made them real gangsters. Because a lot of times these kids aren't super hardened gangsters until they go to prison.
They have
prison
to.
is where the Mexican mafia runs everything.
So
You
you're
know
giving-
Tocho, right? Tocho?
Yeah.
He's from El Salvador. He was telling me he's sending his kids over there for the summer for a week. I was like, why only a week? He's like, well, it's dangerous. He's
Yeah.
like, it never used to be like that.
Yeah.
It's overrun by drug lords.
Yeah.
That's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
And us, we buy all the drugs, by the way. I'm a part of the problem
Yeah.
too. But I'm just saying, like, that's part
I
of the
buy
problem.
American drugs. I don't know
Yeah,
about
I
you.
insist.
American
I
made?
insist to be grown
So,
right here,
I mean-
American made.
Yeah.
I don't live there. But
I
yeah,
mostly
that's
buy
what he said.
American.
He's like, it's all cartel run. It's
Sometimes I get some Mexican drugs for free. I'm afraid of Mexican drugs, though, to be real. Fucking all that fentanyl. and shit
Yeah, we
everywhere.
were
Ugh.
talking about fentanyl earlier.
I grew up
looking
on
forward to
Mexican weed,
dying.
and that does not work.
Mexican weed, is that what
Oh
you said?
yeah, I used to smoke joints all day.
Garbage. Yeah,
Right?
it's
And
garbage.
I'm like, it didn't really hit me. Now if I smoke a joint, I'm like, oh my, I'm on another planet for like a few hours.
Yeah.
I think weed's
Yeah.
more potent now, though, just
It's
in
better.
general.
They figured it out.
Got to be good in Mexico, too, right? Now?
It's probably better there, but if you buy it over here, it's been transported, so it's going to be
It's
shitty.
been stepped on,
you know?
literally
I
stepped
think
on.
Mexico, they just go for as large a quantity as they can of outdoor weed, and we just have such good
Indoor weed,
indoor
dude,
weed here now.
yeah.
That, yeah, and also like we have great outdoor weed here, and like
We have great
Humboldt
weather
County
here.
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, fuck Mexico. I can see why they want to come over here. Our fucking weed rules.
Yeah.
It's the best.
No, I say when they come, if they come illegally and they're not supposed to be here, do what Obama did. Obama fucking put families into little cages and shit too. That's what you have to do. If you don't have
You have
space, you
nowhere
have to
to
put.
go,
But
yeah.
don't separate them from the people
No.
they know. If they're sex trafficking that kid,
They
they're
can
not.
figure it out.
They're not going to be in that like cage trying to sell the. It's still going to stop them just the same amount as splitting them up from that person. The only person that they know.
You don't think that the person could intimidate them enough to make a kid that's in like your care?
No. I think if you're in a little cage with this kid because you're their guardian, I think most likely that kid's gonna start crying and being sad that you're not really their mom or dad. After a while being in this fucked up situation, you're not gonna be able to calm them down, and then the cops and stuff are gonna be like, how close are you to this kid? You're gonna see the difference between a parent and some guy who just kidnapped a kid and was nice to them on the trail up.
Yeah, but I don't really think there's a lot of like. I feel like they need more help down there because there's so many people.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not interviewing these people individually. They're kind of just like cattle. You know what I mean?
The fucked up shit is that Trump's whole thing of saying we're going to close the borders, we're not going to let kids come in anymore, we're going to start separating families and stuff. That is what made a lot of these families be like, oh shit, they're about to stop letting people in. Yeah.
More people
so
start coming in.
Most amount of people came because the coyotes, who actually apparently advertise with like billboards and shit in El Salvador.
Caravans coming in. Caravans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's advertisements for coyotes saying,
Soros.
come to America.
George
Come to
Soros.
America. And
Come live in
now,
our
because
ghettos.
in a couple months it's not going to be possible. So,
Yeah,
so
okay,
they're
but what
using
do you-
that as their.
I don't think that's much of an alternative to
So the
what
numbers are
anyone else-
higher now than before Trump, right? The more people are coming to the border now than ever, right? That we agree on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what
absolutely.
And I'm saying what Trump was trying to do was make less people come to the border by saying we're going to separate the families, blah, blah, blah. But what the coyotes did was take that and spin it brilliantly in a marketing campaign to say you better come now because in a couple months they're closing the border,
but
blah,
let
blah,
me
blah.
just say one thing then. You don't think then that the rhetoric that's coming on the other side saying free health care for illegal
that shit.
and
I think the Democrats just want to lose an election.
Yeah, that's what I think too, my
They're
friend.
just like, we need to lose.
I'm just saying, which one of those two things do you think would cause more people to come here?
I think the first one. I think people thinking that no, I don't think people are coming. Dude, do you think people are coming to America for free health care not because their lives are threatened by El Salvadorian gangsters?
They're coming.
Nobody's
here for,
nobody's
they're coming
going
here for a
through
better
the
life.
desert. Yeah, they're coming for a better life.
Yeah, overall a better life, but that's one of the things.
You say
You don't think that's an incentive?
no. I think it's a very
That you
small
can walk
incentive.
into any
I think
hospital and have
everything
your
else that
life
America.
saved?
I think everything else that America has is a bigger incentive, and I think the biggest incentive that makes people risk their lives is they don't want their kids to become gangsters or die in gang shit. I think when people have to be really, really desperate to leave their homes and go through a desert
So why
and
don't
risk
they?
their kids.
Why would they not stop in any other country on the way? Why would they not?
Why not stop in
refuge
Mexico? I think
Yeah,
some
why not
do.
stop in
I think a
Mexico?
lot. I think some do, but Mexico's not as rich as America, so there's less opportunities in Mexico, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean there's not opportunities.
but
like if your
and that
life
doesn't
was
mean-
at stake.
but that doesn't mean that
if it was really just your.
But
worried
do El
about your life and
Salvadorians
your-
not stop in Mexico? Is that a known thing? Because I think they do. I bet a lot do.
I thought they
I bet,
hated
I
each
bet
other.
a lot. I bet a lot
Mexicans
stop in
and El Salvador.
Texas, and some go all the way up to Wisconsin. But as you find an opportunity that allows you to live somewhere safely, you probably go, okay, I'll work for this lady. This lady in Mexico offered me a job in Mexico City. I'll stay here.
Yeah.
And then, and there's not enough jobs. The rest of them keep going up. And you go where the opportunities are. There's less opportunities in Mexico, so less El Salvadorians are staying in Mexico. There's more opportunities in America, so more are coming
I
up
know,
to America.
but it's not. Mexico's not a small place, man. I mean, it's a big country. There's
Sure.
lots of. It's a very sophisticated.
Does it have as many
country. It's not
opportunities as
like-
America? Does it have as many economic opportunities as America? No. That's why Mexicans are coming to America too, right? If Mexico didn't have an issue of Mexicans coming to America, then you would be like, oh, Mexico has all these jobs that are available for Mexicans and El Salvadorians. Why don't they just stay there?
Well, maybe
but the
if they
fact
would-
is they don't.
perhaps
Their
if
economy
it-
isn't great.
Perhaps if they were trying to work in that economy, you could actually change it rather than go to
Maybe,
America
but
and make your.
these are abstract conversations, right? If you're thinking
Well,
of
it's
if you have a
turning that
kid,
way.
you have a son, you're living in El Salvador. He's 13 years old. The gangs are starting to push him to be a gang member in El Salvador. Would you be like, I'm going to stay here and fight the system and trying to beat these gangs, or would you flee to a better home? And if you were fleeing to a better home, would you stop in Mexico and be like, I'm going to try and fix this foreign country that I'm not a citizen of and build it from the ground up? Or would you be like, I'm going to go to wherever has the best opportunities for me to fucking work, even illegally? Because illegally in America, they make so much more money than they would in Mexico or El Salvador, right?
Well, that's why they send money home.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
pay taxes here, so of course they make more money.
I mean, they pay taxes on their like hourly wages,
Yeah.
right? They pay
Yeah,
the Social
everyone-
Security,
well, it
Medicare,
depends.
Well,
but
that's why we
but
let
they
them
don't
in
get the
illegally.
benefits back. That's the fact. Is
Yeah,
they don't
but we won't
get
it
Social
either.
Security.
We're not getting it either.
That's true too. That's true too. Nobody's getting
Yeah.
Social Security or Medicare.
Yeah.
Not nobody our age, but they're paying into it and they're not going to get it back. So they do pay taxes that way.
Well, not if they're paid in cash.
That's what I was saying. They get
Yeah,
paid
if
under
they're
the
if they're
table.
paid under the table
That's
completely.
the whole
Yeah.
point of having illegals here, so you can pay them under the table.
Mexico's
and
like
exploit
third.
them.
Really,
The
if you
third
wanted to
largest
stop,
part
if
of
you wanted to
Mexico's-
stop immigrants from coming, you just make big companies have to hire people with provable, employment cards.
Hey,
And stuff,
absolutely.
You know,
If you
But
want,
we like our cheap shit.
but we like our
That's-
cheap
that-
shit.
We like everything
Strawberries
I
would be
don't
really
like that.
expensive.
yeah.
Berries right now I pay $2.50 for a little bundle of
Yeah.
blackberries. That shit'll go up to like $6-7. I don't want to pay $6-7 for blackberries. I need those antioxidants.
Yeah, I know. I
You
feel
know?
I feel you.
a better life. You can come here and get exploited by us instead of your fucking government. That's what it comes down
No,
to.
that's what it is. It's come to here, get exploited, but then your kids who you have here
We'll have
end
a
up
better
being
life.
citizens who
Yeah.
then can have a better life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But shit has to be really bad where you're coming from, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's
I
perfect.
say-
I'm not happy that they're coming over like this.
See,
but I'm saying it's not like
but you ask a good question. Should I just leave Canoga Park because there's dirt bags, or should I keep following them around until
no. You
they
should call the
fucking
police
leave?
and then give your name and not and actually be okay. You're white. You're fine, dude.
Dude.
Nobody's fucking with you.
These
You're
guys
a
were
hero.
white. Are you crazy? Of
No,
course.
you're white. When the cops come and see a white guy saying, "Hey, in my neighborhood, these guys are rolling," they're not going to think
I don't-
twice.
Do you think cops are nice to me? Get out of the fucking
Cops
room.
have always been nice to me.
I've had cops pull batons on me. Dude,
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color you are. Cops are scum.
I don't know. I think there's a bunch of shitty cops. Yeah.
They will kick your teeth out. At a
Cops have
mo-
always been really
you know
nice to
what?
me.
If I was a cop, I'd be the fucking shitty.
I'm
cop. I
always
would
very
beat the
nice to
fuck out of
cops.
people.
I'll tell you that.
Because the people you deal with are fucking assholes.
They deal with dirtbags
Yeah, I mean,
all
I've-
day.
I've just maybe
Drunks for 4
gotten
hours.
lucky,
Yeah.
or maybe I just have
You've been a
I
good
just get
boy.
along. I just get along with. I just when I've gotten pulled over, even when I'm stoned and I've gotten pulled over, I've just been like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, officer. I turned on my music. I pulled down
Yeah.
my window. I have everything ready.
Put
I'm
my
really
dick
sorry."
away.
Yeah.
One cop actually pulled me over for speeding.
Well, he's afraid that this whole car might go up. He doesn't want to.
I got pulled over for speeding. This is in Orange County too,
Yeah.
not like an area that's known for nice cops.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got pulled over for speeding, and then I told the cop, I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't have any excuse. I'm just late. I'm a comedian. I was running late for a show." And then he was like,
Tell me,
"Okay,"
Joe.
and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna give you a warning this time. Just make sure you get your registration changed to your new address or something like that." Then he was like, and I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I was like, I could not afford a ticket right now.
Yeah.
And this cop was like, "Well, you're a comedian, and I've never heard of you, so I figured you can't afford this ticket."
So funny.
Yeah, got me real good.
I have that immigrant
But
mentality.
that,
We're
but that
scared
guy,
of
cop
cops.
was nice and
Yeah.
funny and let me off with the
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
Cops have been dicks to me a bunch of times. I was on the fucking the Oakland Bridge.
Yeah?
And I accidentally went through the carpool lane.
Mhm.
I had 2 people in my car, or me and another
But
person.
you need three during
three.
certain hours.
I
or
didn't
whatever,
know,
Yeah.
so I went through it. The guy just pulled me behind. I was like, I didn't know this was the rule. I just got here. I'm not even
Yeah.
from here.
What do you do?
I
Gave
just
you a
gave me
ticket?
like a $350 ticket.
Oh, that sucks. Fuck him, dude. Fuck that guy.
He
Maybe I've just
literally.
gotten
This is what he
lucky.
said to me. I said, I didn't
Fuck
even.
the
I didn't.
I thought that
police.
shit only happened to like Hispanics and black people. But
No,
oh
I
wow,
don't care.
that sucks.
In a certain light, I do
Hey,
look
my
like a black
tits
person.
never got me away from any tickets.
Mine
You
did.
didn't-
Except for a
use them,
DUI.
right?
Except for a DUI.
Well,
Oh, just
That's
that
the most expensive one. Yeah, dude. That
That's
it only saved
life-changing.
your life. Yeah. All right, we got to get going. We got to go take some
All right,
pictures, guys.
all right,
Wait,
fuck it.
hold on. No. We got to do the race off.
We do.
Yes, right or no? Okay.
I don't
know.
think we prepared any
Okay.
today.
I mean, I do
What's
have
race
some.
off?
Oh,
But
you do? That's a
yeah,
game we
we
play.
can
All right.
if you want. But if you just want to go, it's fine.
Whatever's fine. I don't
We
care.
got enough time.
Do we have enough time?
Yeah, Wub had a good race off.
I did.
Yeah, didn't you send me the guy in
Oh no, that wasn't really one.
Okay.
But
All right, never mind.
well,
I just,
let me
wa- I
just
just want to
ask-
let everybody know that I love Donald Trump, and I was just trolling the internet right now. Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Yeah.
You noobs got pawned.
We love
Got
Donald
punked.
Trump the most, dude. He's
All
stopping
hail the
pedophilia.
I do.
QAnon.
I do love him.
Your
His
QAnon.
IQ is so high. I love it.
I think I just hate what he's done with Iran, because that shit is just bad.
Yeah,
Bad in a
They've
lot.
been
I
fucking
totally
with Iran for so
agree.
long, dude. I'm like, pretty soon Iran's gonna strike back.
They're
Because
not gonna
what else are
strike.
they
They're
do?
not gonna strike back, but they're just gonna learn that like North Korea developed nuclear weapons and that was fine. We made a deal, and then the next government can just say no to the deal. It's like once a
They were
president
flying
makes a deal, you're supposed to
drones
stick with it.
over your guys' Iran's aerospace.
Yeah, of
Like,
course
that's
they were.
fucked up.
Of course they
Like,
are.
dude,
though.
what are you expecting? How are you? How is that
Everybody's
okay?
doing that.
Everybody's
though.
doing that, but like, of course they're doing that
You
to
can't.
Iran.
You can't get mad.
But getting
That's
out of
why
the
they
Iran
didn't
deal-
do anything.
It's like when the president signs a deal with another country's president and stuff, and they say, and the treaty gets ratified by Congress. It's supposed to be a done deal.
Yeah.
Oh
But
man, this just turned
It's
into
not.
a civics lecture. Now we definitely have to fucking stop.
Mm-hmm.
Listeners, please listen next week. We swear to God,
it won't happen again.
And we'll just be bashing homeless people again.
Ugh.
Yeah, we don't usually offer solutions. We just complain about
We had
problems.
a lot of good solutions, though. Okay.
All of our solutions are kill them, kill the people we don't like.
Another round of applause for Hormoz Rashidi,
Seems to
ladies and
work.
gentlemen.
Thanks, Hormoz.